to Planning Joy Garden. We are out in the garden for 5 minutes and we'll be planting seeds and pulling weeds. Gardening does not have to be laborious. You can actually enjoy the work of gardening. So, what I'll be doing today is planting up some mustard seeds and adding in some kale to the bottom of my vertical growing system, my green stalk. Okay, so I will be planting out some mustard greens and also some lacinato kale. And I'll be starting my kale in my vertical planter. So whenever I sow seeds, I make sure I start with a fertilizer. When I set up this vertical planter, I did add both worm castings and a well balanced organic fertilizer. But because kale is a long standing plant, I want to make sure that I have fertilizer in every pocket. And we're just going to mix that in because I plan on keeping kale the entire time. Now, I did water these pockets, but even after good watering, I see that there's still some dryness. So I will make sure there's additional moisture after I have sown my seeds. I just want to make sure that I mix in the fertilizer. I don't want my seedlings growing directly on fertilizer. Now I am using a deep pocket here. I believe this is 10 inches. Kale does not require this much depth. They actually are kind of shallow rooted. Okay, so the seed pack says that the soil temperature needs to be 65 to 75. I don't think my soil is that warm. So I will be providing cover for this just to keep warmer soil temperatures. So to plant my kale, I will be planting every other pocket. Kale is a large leaf vegetable. It needs plenty of space to grow. So I like to alternate pockets. One pocket will have a kale plant. The other pocket might have carrots or turnip or something that's more of a rooted vegetable. So I will skip every other pocket and I'm adding maybe 3 or 4 seeds per pocket just to ensure germination. And of course, I will water my seeds in really well, making sure that I have soil that is completely moist from top to bottom. So kale likes a warm soil temperature anywhere from 65 to 75. So I'm going to put these seed houses over the kale pockets just to retain moisture and also to retain heat. My air temperature is roughly 55 degrees. My soil temperature is around 70 degrees. So these seed houses or these covers will really help my kale plants to germinate. Okay, so everything's nicely planted. This is what my Green Star growing tower looks like. All I need to do is add my frost cover to guarantee success on planting my kale. The addition of a frost cover helps to keep temperatures in the soil consistent. When the sun is up, the soil heats up nicely, but at nighttime, the air temperature drops and can cause your soil temperatures to drop. So we're going to start in on the mustard seeds. I will be planting them in cell trays instead of directly in the soil. So according to the packet, mustard seeds germinate in soil temperatures between 65 and 75 degrees. It needs to be planted really shallow. They are very tiny seeds. And because of their small size and the fact that it's so windy today, I'm going to sow them into cell trays and I will be placing the cell trays in the bed while the seeds will grow. And as you can see, the seeds are really, really tiny. I'm just going to put maybe 2 or 3 seeds per cell tray. No, I'm actually dropping maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 seeds per cell just to ensure good germination of at least one seed. So now it's all watered in, and I will be placing the two seed trays in this bed. One half of the bed has the turnips, and the other half of the bed will have my mustard. So I'm going to sit the trays here because this is where I plan to grow them out. They can acclimate to the sun that's here and overall positioning in the garden because turnip greens and mustard greens are in the brassica family. They are very susceptible to those little moths and caterpillars that love to chew your brassicas. So I am going to make sure that I provide good cover under insect netting. And now that my seeds have been planted and sown, I'm going to take a moment to take care of the weeds. Now, I like to just inspect my pathway for weeds. My beds really are not a problem because they're raised beds and I keep a leaf mulch in my raised beds. But I like to kind of keep control over my pathway weeds, and I don't make a big job of it. I just take a moment here or there to pull out those weeds that will blow seeds um, across my garden. And it's not a lot of work, just a few moments here and there. But while I'm doing this, I always make sure that I take time to enjoy my garden and see what's actually growing, blooming, and thriving. And here's a quick glimpse of what's going on: my herbs, my growing towers, the grass, some of the blooms of my spring flowers. Boy, it's just an opportunity to appreciate the work that you do and admire the creation that exists in front of us each and every day. So take some time out in your garden, plant some seeds, and pull some weeds. Enjoy the time that you have. Have an amazing day.